How y'all doing? How's everybody? That's weird. How y'all doing this morning? Welcome to Jumpstart Live. How's it going? What's up, Miss Ducree? Building on YouTube. We are being technologically challenged this morning. YouTube, let me know if you're there. Let me know if you're back, YouTube. All right, good. Thank you. All right, good. We back. We're in the building. Don't fret. Don't you be afraid. All right, good. Good, good, good. YouTube is back up. Best Bank Senorita. Uh, that's right. That's right, Miss Brenda. That's right. Just like me, cool and breezy. I like it. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Yeah, thank y'all for hanging in there with me. I appreciate it. I don't know why. It's just some mornings, man. Like the technology decides that I am not going to participate. And so, but you have this word from me. Um, I am looking into improving our experience for Jumpstart Live. Thanks to your generosity, thanks to your blessings, thanks to your support, we are going to be improving our experience on Jumpstart Live. Look for it after the first of the year. So those of you who tap in and those of you who, yeah, open up your resources and share with us for Jumpstart Live, man. Thank y'all. We're gonna be upgrading our experience really, really soon. So we are working on that. Tanangela, Tan. How come y'all always want to push me? We're going there though, Tan. We're going there. We are gonna go there, man. Yeah, we're gonna go there. I got all kinds of things that I want to do that I believe the Lord wants us to do with this ministry. Come on. And so yeah, it's gonna be dope. It's gonna be dope, man. Y'all listen to me. Hear me on this, okay? Um, so I most of you, you've been to my if you've been to my house, you know that I have a swimming pool. Um, and let me just say, one of the biggest waste of money that I have ever, worst investment I've ever made. So if you're thinking about getting a swimming pool, I won't tell you not to do it, but just lower your expectations for the use of it and what's going to happen with it. Because in my mind, I'm going to get a swimming pool. The kids and the grandkids are going to be over here almost every day. No, not happening. It gets old like anything else, and then it just sits there. But anyway, uh, I do find it relaxing to clean my pool. I do my maintenance myself. I keep my water the way it needs to be myself. I hired somebody before, and then I said it's too expensive. I'm gonna try it myself, and I fell in love with it. I find it to be a woosah for me because it's one of the few things I don't have to think about it, and I see instant results. And so I enjoy doing my own maintenance on my pool. So while I'm doing maintenance, there's this one particular time that no matter what I did, no matter what, this is when I first starting out, no matter what I did, no matter what I tried, no matter what, uh, the water was still dirty. Like no matter what, um, no matter what chemical I put in there, no matter I mean, it just didn't matter. I kept coming up with dirty water. And I was so frustrated, so aggravated that I finally went ahead and called the pool professional. No insult to those of you, no shade to those of you who clean pools or whatever. But I called the pool professional and it boiled down to he said, your filter's dirty. He said, and the reason why you can't get the water clean is because no matter how clean you get it on the pool side, the water then leaves the pool, goes through the pump, and it's pumped into a dirty filter. He said, you have to backwash the filter. And if you backwash the filter, Lord have mercy, then you'll find that your water will be crystal clear. It'll be clean. I've often said to you that if you change your thinking, you'll change your life. I've also told you before that outside of your relationship with Jesus, that your thoughts are the most powerful force in your life. You know, it's really important in this day and age, man. And I think about coming off of this election infection and going into the holidays. Many of us, and I share in this sentiment. I know what it's like now for the holidays to all of a sudden not be necessarily a time that you look forward to because of things that it brings back to mind and things that you struggle with. But for those reasons and other reasons, it's really, really important that we protect our minds. Listen, it does you no good to protect everything that you have. And I see people who do this. They protect everything they have and they don't protect their minds. We protect our homes. We protect our families. We protect our jobs. We protect our income. We protect all of these things, but we are more adamant about protecting these other things than we are about protecting our minds. We're more determined to protect these other things than we are to protect our minds. We protect our physical health. Come on, somebody. But I have to ask you, if you have your physical health and you lose your mind, what good is it? If you're financially healthy and you lose your mind, what good is it? It doesn't do you any good to protect everything in your life, but at the same time to allow anxiety, allow negativity, allow toxicity, allow all of these other things to invade and infect your mind. I mean, there are some forces out there that can do a whole lot of damage to our bodies. That there are some forces out there that can do a whole lot of damage to our finances. But don't forget the damage that an unhealthy mind can do to your life. I'm gonna say that again. Do not forget the damage. Do not neglect. Do not discount. Do not underestimate the damage that an unhealthy mind can do to your life. You have to be intentional about protecting your mind. And I find that so many of us are not intentional about protecting our minds. We are not intentional about protecting our headspace. Whew. We're not intentional about protecting our mental. Come on. We allow toxic thoughts. We allow toxic people. We allow unhealthy people and unhealthy thoughts and unhealthy things to move into our minds and live there rent free. And so many times, come on, I talk to people and I see people and I'm going, if you would just learn to evict those evil thoughts, if you would just learn to evict those toxic thoughts, if you would just learn to evict, come on, those negative thoughts from your mind, your life would be so. A lot of the harm that comes to us is not due to what's going on the outside of us. And so many times we look for the damage or the cause of the damage to our lives to on the outside. But it's not most of the time what's happening on the outside of us that's causing most of the damage. Most of the time, it's what's going on the inside. And while you cannot control what's going on the outside, the one thing that you do to get to control, the one thing that you are in control of is what's going on up here. Come on. You get to control it. I'm gonna prove it to you because some of you, you're saying right now, no, Pastor, I can't control what's going on there. I don't. That thoughts just pop into my head. I'm about to prove it to you. You ready? That's the reason why you can have two people who encounter the exact same situation and you get totally different results. One of those people will take their difficulty and they'll find success. And the other one will take the same difficulty and find failure. One of them take their difficulty and they'll find joy. The other person take what they go through and they find depression. One person takes what they go through and they find peace. The other one take what they go through and they find hopelessness. Same situation, same environment. One person takes the fact that I was raised in a single parent home and they use it as a stepping stone. Other person takes it grew up in the same exact household, same exact situation, same environment, same everything, and they use it as an excuse. Come on. One person allows their poverty stricken childhood to be an excuse for why they can't make advancement. And the other person takes their poverty stricken childhood and use it as motivation. Hmm. Come on, somebody. It's the same situation, same environment, two totally different results. But it's not the facts that are different, it's the filter. I'm going to say it again. It's not the facts that are different, it's the filter. It's not the circumstances that are different, it's what's going on in the mind that makes a difference. Come on, one person gets divorced and because they got divorced and because the other person misused them and mistreated them, they're going to take it and they're going to be a victim for the rest of their life. For the rest of their life, you're going to hear, well, I got divorced. Well, you know that I wasn't treated right. Well, you know that this happened and that happened. And they're going to allow it to affect their upcoming relationships and their ongoing relationships and so on and so forth. Next person gets a divorce, same situation, abusive spouse, whatever, and they take it and they learn from it and they say, I know what not to choose next time. I know not to rush in next time. What's the difference? It's not the facts, it's the filter. One person goes through financial difficulty and they're over with. I can't come back from this. I won't recover. I'm gonna be in debt the rest of my life. I'm gonna be in bondage the rest of my life. It's not gonna happen. And every time you ask them about advancing, they go back to 10 years ago when they had the bankruptcy. You meet another person who had a bankruptcy and out of it was born a business. Out of it was born financial freedom. Come on, somebody. Out of it was born generational change. It's not the facts, it's the filter. It is not the facts, it's the filter. Come on. The facts, I can't say this enough. The facts aren't different, the filter is. I was having a conversation with a man, and he owns his own business. And he got to a place in his business where it wasn't going like he needed it to go. It wasn't profitable. It wasn't productive. Um, and I was talking to him, and I was talking to this man, and he was asking for my advice. And he ran the situation down, ran the story down to me, and I said, "Well, if I'm no business expert, but I do I've owned a couple of businesses, and if I were in your situation, I would do this, and this." And every time I told him, gave him my advice based on whatever experience I have, every time I told him what I would do, he came back with a reason or an excuse for why it wouldn't work. Every single time. So I approached it from a different angle. And I gave him a suggestion. And sure enough, he'd had another excuse, another reason why it wouldn't work. And so I approached it from a different angle. Same thing. And then, true story, another struggling business owner came to me. And he told me, same thing, can't make the business profitable, so on and so forth, yada, 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 so on and so forth. He ran it down to me. And I gave this guy the same advice. And I said, if I were you, I would do this, and I would do that, and I would do this, and I would do that. And you know what that guy said? Okay, I'm going to try it. What was the difference? It wasn't the facts, it was the filter. One guy was determined to take his problems and make them reasons. One guy was determined to take his problems and make them motivation. One guy was open to advice, ready to receive advice. The other guy had made up in his mind that he knows it all. And I'm sitting here going, well, probably the reason why your business is failing is because you know too much. The other guy has problems that are solvable. not because of the problems themselves, but because of his attitude. Whew! Not because the situation is so much different, but because of one guy's filter versus the other guy's filter on the situation. One guy is ready to learn, the other guy is ready to make excuses. One guy is open to criticism, the other guy is not open to criticism. He only wants to hear what he wants to hear. I hope I'm making sense to you. It's not the facts, it's the filter. It's not the circumstances, it's what's going on in your mind that makes the difference. You ever had a problem with more than one person? You go to them and you tell them your problem with them in the exact same way. And even though it's the same problem told in the exact same way, the two different people respond totally different. Anybody ever been there? One person gets totally offended. Who does he think he is to tell me that? I'll tell you what he can do with his problem. He can take his problem and come on. And then the other person, huh? Same situation, same problem. And that person says, you know what? Thank you. I'm glad you told me. You helped me see something that I didn't realize about myself. I appreciate your critical analysis of my failure. It's not the facts that are different, it's the filter. And for some of us, you keep getting dirty water. Whew. You keep getting dirty water. No matter what you do, no matter what you try. And in your mind, if I just get the right balance, if I just add the right additive, if I just do this, and you keep looking for a solution to the problem outside of your own mind, everybody else is the problem. Come on. You've had 15 jobs, and all 15 of your supervisors were the problem. Whoo. Come on, somebody. You've had 27 places of employment, and all 27, all 27 places of employment were toxic. Lord have mercy. Come on, somebody. You've had 57 boyfriends and 37 girlfriends. Come on. And all of them, what you keep looking for the problem outside of yourself. Come on, somebody. Stop me when I'm wrong. Huh? It is not the facts. It is the filter. You keep running your life through the same contaminated filter. Woo. You keep running your problems. You keep running your questions. You keep running your dilemmas through the same contaminated filter. You keep running your relationships through the same contaminated filter. Come on. And you keep saying, I, it must be the chemicals that I'm adding. It must be the people. It must be everything outside of myself. Come on. It it's got to. I Pastor, I keep choosing the wrong people to date. I keep finding the wrong person. No, you keep choosing the wrong approach. I always end up with crazy people. I always end up with this stuff. Listen, it's the filter. When are you going to realize it's the filter? The water's going to keep coming back dirty as long as you've got a dirty filter. Come on. I keep going back to this election because I was just tripped out, man, on how crazy people were going, running around in fear. This person gets in, this is going to happen. If that person gets in, this is going to happen. So on and so forth. And oh man, it's going to be bad. It's going to be horrible. It's going to be messed up. The Democrats are going to kill all the Republicans. The Republicans are going to kill all of the Democrats. Our country is on a downward slide if the Democrats get in. Our country is going to hell in a handbasket if the Republicans get in. God is on our side. No, God is on our side. All of y'all are going to hell. No, all of y'all are going to hell. I can't wait till all of this is over. I can't wait till we can get back to some sense of normalcy. I just can't wait. I can't wait. I can't wait. Because nobody picks up on the fact that the fear mongers stoke the fire every 4 years. And every 4 years, if we don't make sure that the right person gets in office, then the country is going to hell in the handbasket and we're all gonna die. Y'all ain't picked up on that yet? Every 4 years. Every 4 years, if we don't elect the right person, then we're all gonna die. And both sides of the fence say the same thing. And every 2 years, if we don't elect the right Senate and if we don't elect the right Congress, our country is gonna implode. You need to be in fear. You need to be scared. You need to be scared. And you need to be scared. Shut up. Shut up. And those of us who are not allowing ourselves to buy into the fear, we're the crazy ones. We're the ones who are crazy. Those of us who are saying, you know what, I'm going to participate in the process, but I'm not going to participate in the drama. We're the crazy ones. I'm not going to allow it to disturb my peace. I'm going to keep my mind on the fact that I serve a God who's going to take care of me no matter what. I'm going to keep my mind on the fact that he's always going to take care of me. I've seen this movie before. I've watched it play out over and over and over again. I've heard all of the horror stories. I'm 47 years old, and the one thing I could count on is that every 4 years I'm on here, and I hadn't seen this country go up in flames yet. Come on, somebody. I hadn't missed a meal yet. I My lights came on every time I hit the switch, whether they had a Republican in office or a Democrat. Come on, somebody. When I went to the store and to buy groceries so that me and my family could eat, when I swipe the card, when I pull out that cash, come on. And there have been times when it didn't buy as much and there was a Republican in office. And there have been times when it didn't buy as much when there was a Democrat in office. Come on. God got me through it. I didn't miss any meals. Come on. I I came out on the other side better than I went in. It's not the facts. It's the filter. It's the way you think. And you have to learn. Listen, 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 listen. And I'm going to say this. This is another place we mess up. You have to learn that you're responsible for your own filter. Who? Nobody is responsible for your filter except you. Nobody is responsible for protecting your peace except you. Nobody is responsible for making sure that your thoughts are moving in the direction that they're supposed to be going in except you. Not one single person except you. And you have to get to the place where you take full responsibility for what's going through your filter, for what you allow into your filter. Whew. I I see people on social media putting up angry posts. Y'all on here, there's so much toxicity on social media. So and so. Hey, you know the beautiful thing about computers? You can turn them off. The amazing thing about social media is that you don't have to be on it. The amazing thing about television is that you can click it off. That's why I don't understand. For a couple of years back, we had this cyberbullying. What's cyberbullying? It's where they get online and they abuse you on social media. Uh, Cancel your account. Turn off your computer. Cyberbullying. Block them. Unfriend them. You have control. You have to take full responsibility for your own filter. Come on. You got to take responsibility for it. What is that? That's giving somebody else control, shirking responsibility. putting your mental health, your well-being, it's being intent to be a victim as opposed to a victor. It's not the facts. You got to clean your filter. You have to see life, and you have to train and retrain, renew your mind. Make it new again. Renew your mind. When I notice myself thinking in the wrong direction, renew your mind. Make it new again. Allow some healthy stuff to flow through there. Come on, somebody. Some spiritual stuff to flow through there. Renew your mind. I notice that the way I'm looking at life, the way that I'm seeing things, it's toxic. It's negative. Everything's bad. That's a sign that I need to renew, make my mind new again. It's not a sign that everything around me needs to change, because there are some things that you cannot change because you are not in control of them. But the one thing you are always in control of is your headspace. And when everything around you is looking crazy, when everything around you seems toxic, when everything around you seems bad, that means that it's time to renew my mind, to make my mind new again, because it's not the facts, it is the filter. It's not what's happening in my life. Listen to me, baby. Everybody's got problems. Everybody's got issues. Everybody's got difficulty. Come on. E- Everybody. Everybody. You are not the only one. Who are you talking to, Best? You. He must be talking about somebody in particular. I am. I'm talking to you. Those of us who are looking at life right now and saying everything is bad. Everything is bad because your filter is bad. Everything is bad because you need to renew your mind. You gotta clean your filter. When you clean your filter, it may not change what you're dealing with, but it'll change how you see what you're dealing with. Whew. And when you change, here's why it matters, and we'll pick here tomorrow. When you change how you see what you're dealing with, it'll change how you approach what you're dealing with. Change how you see what you're dealing with, it'll change how you handle what you're dealing with. When you change how you see what you're dealing with, it'll change how you respond to what you're dealing with. You have to renew your mind. You have to change the filter. Father, we love you. Thank you for who you are. Thank you for your word. Help us, Father. Lord, renew our minds, clean our filters. Lord, show us how, Lord, to change what's going in, to change, Father, Lord, how we see what's happening around us and in our lives. Help us to see you working more than we see the enemy. Help us to see, Lord, your movement more than we see the movement of the enemy. Help us to see life the way you see it. Peel the scales off of our eyes. Lord, renew our minds. We thank you and we praise you. It's in Jesus' name that we pray. Amen. God bless y'all, man. Hit that share button if you hadn't done so already. Appreciate y'all hanging out with me this morning, as I always do. Tag somebody in this video, hit that share button, invest, man. Sow into this ministry. If it's blessing you, if the Lord's using it in your life. So again, no gift too big or too small. We need your help. We need your help. And I'm not begging, I'm just telling you straight up that in order to keep this ministry going, man, we need you to help us keep it going. So the way you do that is by hitting that share button, by giving us that thumbs up on YouTube, subscribing to the channels, and by sowing. No gift too big or too small. Text the word give to 985-260-8411. Again, that word is give, and you're texting it to 985-260-8411, or you can go to communitych.com/give. May the Lord watch between me and thee while we're absent one from another. If it's his will, I'll see y'all tomorrow morning on Jumpstart Live.